We were down in Orlando right when COVID hit in March of 2020 at the MLO networking event. And Fish and Andrew Cady and Kai McBride and AJ and some just heavy hitters, they kind of slide out to go have supper. And I've realized if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. So whenever I saw the smart people start to go, I just kind of like attached myself to AJ and I was like, hey, I want to eat. Where are you going? They were going for steak. I was like, yeah, I want a steak. I don't want to eat here. And so I slid into that table, and just the wealth of knowledge that I got from there was just massive. It was just massive because I believe I have so far to go. And it's true. I mean, I'm just a hick from Kentucky. And so we just have to just always improve. And the more we improve, the better experience is for our customers. The better experience is for our region. It's not just South Kentucky. I mean, reaching to Florida and Carolina and Virginia, we have to always improve because we are competing against companies who are hurting people financially. And that's the truth of the matter. We are in business for referrals. I tell people that up front. What I need more than anything else is not to screw you in fees or get some high rate because I don't make money off of any of that stuff. What we make money on is one time on the transaction, so I need more transactions. So I need to make sure your goals are met. I need to make sure your family's taken care of. I need to make sure you understand where you're headed financially, and I need you to tell the world about it. And that's ultimately how that played out, is connecting to the right people with the same mindset to move forward. That's how we got to Fisher. That's how I got to AJ. That's how I implemented the right strategies on social media. That's how I had my first viral video. That's how all that stuff happened. And then you will find out the people who constantly are putting forth the effort are the most lucky. We're not lucky. Mike and I were talking about this on the way over. You fish what you catch for. Again, that's a very rural concept. But if I throw stink bait, see, I got all Kentucky. If I throw stink bait out in the pond, I'm gonna catch me a catfish. Now I'll tell you what. But if you want to catch a bass, you have to throw a spinner bait. If you want to catch a crappie, you've got to fish a little deeper. You've got to know what you're fishing for. And if you keep your lure in the water, you're gonna catch something. Now that's some redneck wisdom, but it's true. And so we're on a wealth journey. We're on a wisdom journey. We're growing. Whenever I moved to Barron County, we were broke. I don't deny that at all. We were flat broke. And so I bought a $98,000 farmhouse. It was drafty. We had to cut wood, not because it's nostalgia and cute. We just couldn't afford electricity. And so we cut wood and burned a fire. And we would sleep in the same room a lot of times. If it got bad cold, we all sleep downstairs. It was just a drafty old farmhouse. But the funny thing about that part of the county was that I lived around multimillionaires. And they're just neighborly. They're old folks who had been on that wealth and wisdom journey for a while. And I'll never forget, Richard Lowe was a man in his 80s. The guy still works every day of his life. He raises cattle. He's worth multi-million dollars. And he came over, and Richard he had a big chaw of tobacco on his lip all the time. And he'd just spit and talk. And he said, Matthew, I need to tell you something. I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. What is it? And gosh, dude, he makes so much money. He's got so much wealth. And so I'm always hanging on every word he says. He said, look, when I was married at 15, me and Judy, we moved into a little dirt floor house. And I had to get up every morning and check rabbit traps, see if we had breakfast. Sometimes we had breakfast, sometimes we didn't. I said, okay. Because I hadn't really missed breakfast, as you can tell, for quite some time. And I said, I've been poor, and there ain't nothing wrong with being poor, but I've been rich, and it's a lot easier to be rich than it is to be poor. And that's what I want to tell you. And I thought, okay, well, that's mighty deep. But you know, that moral of the story there is that wisdom journey. It's that wealth journey. It's that constant forward attitude of a guy who's in his 80s, and he doesn't believe he's retired. He doesn't believe he's done. He's still selling off cattle. We bought a cow off of him to fill our freezer, feed our family. It's that always forward mindset. And so in mortgages and recruitment is finding, and whenever I came to a place that I believed I was looking for a new opportunity, it's whenever my current company said, you're not ready to move forward. Well, now we didn't believe the same things anymore. We didn't believe the same things about where we were going in wealth and building our brand and building our company. They believed that I needed to stop growing and cultivate what I had and keep going. My inner heart said, no, you need to keep growing. You need to surround yourself with people who are on the same journey. You need to build a team. You can't do all this by yourself.